Do you look like this when you're parking? In this video, I'm going to cover 5 critical things that you may be doing wrong, and I'm going to tell you how to fix them. So hang tight. Now first I'm going to talk about what I see riders doing wrong, and then I'm going to tell you how to fix it. Now the first thing is that riders will have the clutch fully released, which makes it hard to control your speed when you pull it into the parking space. Now if you have too much speed, it doesn't give you time to straighten the handlebars before you need to come to a stop. Now the second thing is that riders will have the clutch lever pulled all the way in, and they try to coast into the parking space. But because they don't have enough momentum, the motorcycle wants to fall over. Now the third thing is that riders tend to use too much front brake. Now the problem with using too much front brake is it causes the front brakes to compress and then rebound, which makes the motorcycle again want to fall over. Now, I'm not saying that you can't use the front brake, but it makes it a little harder. Now this is what it looks like when you use too much front brake. Now the fourth thing is not having the handlebars square before coming to your stop. Now if you use too much front brake and the handlebars are turned, the motorcycle will tend to want to fall over in the direction that the handlebars are turned. Now the last thing is that riders tend to look down to the right or the left when they're coming to a stop, which makes it hard to completely straighten the handlebars. Now I'm going to get on the bike and I'm going to demonstrate a bad stop. As you're watching, I want you to notice my speed, how I use the front brake, and my handlebars. All right, so now that we know what we're doing wrong, how do we fix it? Now the first thing is you want to stay in the friction zone when you're pulling into your parking space. Being in the friction zone does 2 things. It helps you control your speed and it keeps power to the rear wheel, which keeps the motorcycle from wanting to fall over. Now the second thing I recommend is using the rear brake instead of the front brake. By using the rear brake, it lengthens the motorcycle, which makes it more stable. You want to control your speed by dragging the rear brake as you're approaching the parking space. And you want to continue to press on the rear brake until you come to a stop. By controlling the speed, it will give you time to get the motorcycle upright and the handlebars square before coming to a stop. Now the next thing is you want to have the handlebars square when you stop. Now last but not least is your head and eyes. Your head and eyes are very important even when it comes to parking. You want to keep your head and eyes up and you want to look early to where you want to go. Now I'm going to demonstrate pulling into a parking space from both directions, using the things I've mentioned. I'm going to show it again, but this time I want to walk you through it. I'm controlling my speed with my rear brake as I'm approaching the parking space. Look at how early I'm looking at where I want to go, and my head and eyes are up. And my handlebars are square before coming to a stop. Now I hope this video helps you have more confidence when pulling in parking spaces. Now if you're having trouble with your 90-degree turns from a stop, I recommend you watching this video. Not only will it help you with that, but it will also translate into pulling in the parking spaces. Now, until next time, you got it. Practice, 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 and ride safe.